Hi, I'm Jason Benedicic for Gestalt IT. You can find me on Twitter at JA Benedicic. I'm joined today by
Chris Lee. I'm a senior product marketing manager for VMware.
and today we're going to be talking about VMware Sassy. Chris, could you give us a quick intro to the Sassy product line?
Sure. Sassy, which stands for Secure Access Service Edge, is a term coined by Gartner Research about a year ago. It is basically a convergence of SD-WAN and security together into one cloud-hosted platform. And it is very exciting because, Sassy is going to solve a lot of complexity from the two technologies. IT has been, really interested in this technology because they no longer have to solve complex issues at the branch offices. So Secure Access Service Edge, or Sassy, is basically a platform that VMware introduced about a month ago, and it has four major components. The first component is for the traditional VMware SD-WAN, where we have the SD-WAN gateways in the major data centers that terminate a lot of the sessions from the edge of the network, and users can connect to the Sassy POP that way. We also have the second component, which is called Secure Access, and this component is designed to terminate sessions from remote and mobile users with a software client on their end devices. They can connect to the POP. And once the traffic arrives at the POP, then we can apply additional security services on top of the sessions. So for example, if they are surfing the internet, we can protect them from malware, for example, from anything malice in the JavaScript. We can spin up a virtual browser in the cloud and destroy that virtual browser when it's done. We also have the cloud security cloud firewall. So if you need to inspect more than just web protocols like SMTP, SNMP, Telnet, most of the time traffic that goes to the data center needs more inspection, more than just web gateways. So we have that cloud firewall as well in the Sassy POP. When we talk to the customers, they are really excited about the possibilities and the services they can consume in the cloud from Sassy POP.
Thanks. That sounds really interesting, Chris. So is Sassy a new service you're deploying, or is this something that we can utilize the existing SD-WAN and deploy on top of?
Sure. The majority of the vendors out there are trying to spin up Sassy right now. And VMware has a leg up on that because we, with VMware SD-WAN, we are a cloud-first company, and we have more than 100 of these SD-WAN POPs around the world. And these POPs are in the largest POPs that most of the IaaS and SaaS providers deploy the applications as well. So we already have contract. We have with those service providers. We have the infrastructure in place already. So it's very easy for us to spin up additional services like security services, for example. So it is not brand new to VMware, and it's very easy for us to offer additional services because the infrastructure is already out there.
Okay, so you're building on an existing platform. That sounds great. So how redundant and scalable are these POPs? And can you scale up your services quickly? I mean, this is going to be something that's probably quite in demand. So is that going to be nice and easy for you?
Right. When we deploy these POPs, we always deploy them in a redundant mode. So if one POP happens to fail, then we can always fail over to the next POP. And for every POP, we have multiple circuits coming in. And we also have a load balancing in front of all the services that we offer. And we deploy the services in the active and standby mode. So if we need to scale up a service, we just deploy that service on an additional VM and we're done. So it is really super redundant, and it's really easy to spin up, scale up the next service.
Yeah, it sounds a really easy and simple options right there. So how does Sassy interop if I've already got existing security services and I want to make the best use of those already?
Right.
Can I still use and benefit from Sassy?
Yes, the VMware SD-WAN model, security model that we have today is really flexible. So first of all, on the hardware edge that you would deploy at the branch office, for example, we have a stateful firewall built in to the edge. We can also host other applications in our VNF. So if the customer already has other security vendors that they would like to deploy at the edge, we can also host those VNF for them. Now, if the customer is using someone like Zscaler in the as a secure web, for example, cloud security, then we can also interrupt with them. Once the traffic gets into the pub, we can send it to the Zscaler cloud, have them process all the security services and send the result back down to the pub. And we interrupt with a lot of these vendors that way. So depends on the company and the enterprise security requirement. We can pretty much accommodate all the deployment scenarios for them.
That sounds like a really flexible solution for customers, and it's come at a really good time with more and more people working from home and a bigger requirement for everywhere's a branch office now. So could you tell me a little bit more about like how that might help for the current situation with remote working?
Sure. SD-WAN, VMware SD-WAN in the past has been we mainly sell into the enterprises, and they deploy at the edge, at the branches. And now that we see a lot more people moving home, work from home, we can also use the same platform, same technology, and deploy these hardware edges at home as well. We have one customer that deployed, I think, 9,000 edges in 9 days. That tells you how easy it is for us to deploy, these routers and edges into the homes. And with secure access, we offer customers a way to connect to, their enterprises, connect to SaaS and IaaS securely using Workspace ONE and, secure access that we offer in the Sassy POP.
That's some really impressive figures right there. Thank you very much for your time, Chris. That's a really great overview of VMware Sassy there.